Good morning, Patrick here, coming to you live from Complete Health. I'm going to jump on and discuss the most important organ in your body and why it's so important and actually what it does for absolutely everything else. So, for those of you that didn't already know, Palmer was the founding chiropractor. He's the guy that came up with the principle of chiropractic, and he was the guy that came up with the 3 T's, which is thoughts, toxicity, and trauma, which can actually start to impact the way that our health can start to work. But his main focus was always on one organ specifically and how that organ is directly and proportionally in line with someone's health. And it's the organ that he always said that sits underneath your hat, which is your brain. And our brain is directly proportional, our brain health is directly proportional to how healthy other parts of our body can start to be, and vice versa. And this is how it essentially works. So our brain is designed to control pretty much every single function in our body, including our senses, so what we feel, our muscles, so how we move. It also controls our thoughts, it also controls our emotions, it also controls our memories. And so if there is a problem with our brain or our nerve system, what we'll automatically start to see is there will actually be a change in the health of someone's body. E.g., if someone was to directly take a blow to the head, you may actually start to see certain parts of their body start to dysfunction. Equally, there are other examples of things that could cause the same problem, such as a stroke. A stroke would directly restrict the blood supply going to your brain, automatically affecting the way that your brain actually then starts to work. And what most of us will know is if we know anyone that's had a stroke, they'll start to see changes in stuff like their smell, their muscle control, their memory, all of the things that we just discussed that would actually start to deteriorate if someone had an acute stroke. Now, interestingly enough, if your spinal column is not working and your spinal nerves are not working, this can also have a detrimental effect on the way that your brain starts to work, and as a result can actually have a direct proportional effect on your health. And that's where Palmer talks about the 3 T's, which is thoughts, toxicity, and trauma. And those 3 things can all cause, by the way, to the spine itself, which will feed information back into the brain, which will reduce inflammation if the spine is damaged. It will reduce inflammation going into the brain, and as a result will affect brain health, or by affecting the brain itself directly through thoughts, toxicity, and trauma. All 3 of those things will directly affect health, and you can pretty much prove it to yourself right now. If you think about the absolute worst time in your life, the absolute worst time that you've ever had in your whole entire life, what you will start to feel is certain emotions, and you'll actually start to feel those things. Stuff in like your breathing rate, stuff like your heart rate will all start to change based on that feeling. And you can completely flip the feeling again by thinking about the absolute happiest moment of your life, and you'll see the state of change in the way that your body actually starts to feel. And this is essentially how our brain will use emotions, and it will use our surroundings to interpret what's going on around us, and it will guide our internal dialogue as to how that we actually do that. But like I say, excessive volumes of stress will start to change your brain's health, and it will start to change the way that you feel. And as a result, this is why people end up in our office with these problems. And by the way, when I'm doing an assessment on pretty much every single one of my patients, I'm actually assessing the function of the way that their brain, their spinal cord, and the way that those things work, and how that's linked in with their posture, in with their neurology, in with their muscles, in with their everything that they're coming in with. So if you want to work out a little bit more about how you can improve your brain health, maybe you want to jump in and have a discovery with us. Maybe you just want to ask us some questions. Leave a comment below. I'm super happy to answer questions. Equally, you can email us, leave comments on our YouTube channel, comments on our Facebook, instant message. We're here to help. Anything you guys need. Till tomorrow, take care. Make sure you look after your brain. Keep your hat on, keep it warm. Till tomorrow, take care. Bye.